Hello and welcome to the 39th episode of the BTF Podcast. That's the number one podcast for people who probably should talk about something other than football. I will try very hard not to rock back and forth in my chair, as I've noticed I've done in every single Zoom podcast that we've done so far. For those of you watching on YouTube, you particularly noticed that. I'm joined by the regular squad today. To my left, as I'm looking at on the screen, which is that way, I have Greg. How are you, Greg?
I'm good, thanks, Dan.
And to, or below Greg, we got John. How are you, John?
Very well, thanks, Dan.
And to John's right, as I'm looking at it on my screen, we are joined by Levi. Levi, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Oh, good. Great. I think there's a little bit of a delay for me today. My internet has been awful recently. I don't know how I'm coming through on your guys' computers there.
Not amazingly, I won't lie.
Really?
Yeah, delay.
Great.
Yeah.
It's been better.
Yeah, exactly. It might be because we're recording slightly earlier in the day today. There's still a lot of people down my road on that work from home life in some Wednesday Zoom meetings at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. How is everyone finding lockdown life? First of all, I think we'll go to the man who seems to love the lockdown lifestyle. It's John Miller.
Why am I always first? Why am I always first?
Because we want to know what you're up to. You got that packed out lockdown schedule. You got to be out of here at a certain time.
Oh, my days. Yeah, I was on that work from home life, as you mentioned today, Dan. I had 3 Zoom meetings. It was meant to be 4, but one I wasn't required for anymore. So yeah, bit manic. I'm on level 2 of 30-day shred, day 5. I haven't had a break. When I'd done it in the past, I haven't had breaks, but I'm determined not to have a break this time. But no football in the garden today. No drills. Just took it easy today. But yeah, just enjoying, trying to enjoy lockdown life. How about the rest of the gang?
Levi?
Good to say that.
We're going for me, are we? Well, yeah, I've been trying to keep myself sane, obviously. I've bought myself a PS4. I had an Xbox, but I just realised none of my friends were on Xbox anymore. So I was just like, I've got to get rid of it. Traded it in, shipped it off of Music Magpie. So one of them annoying adverts was trying to come in handy. Shipped it off for Music Magpie, bought myself a PS4. And yeah, that is probably my biggest achievement during lockdown because that's pretty much all I'm doing at the minute. So, Greg, hopefully you're more interested than I am.
Yeah, I've been cracking on. I've been doing all right. I was just thinking it's interesting that Music Magpie would still be taking things. You'd think that they'd be worried that they've got a virus on them or germs or something, since everything else has stopped, basically. But no, yeah, I've been good. This afternoon I've been out in the garden. It's been a particularly hot day. I've been doing I've mended my mum's birdhouse. I might just become a DIY specialist after it's all done. I'm just finding
not a
little bits
euphemism,
to do, going around with my No.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck me. I'm not going to live that one down. But yeah, I've been going around the house with my toolbox, seeing what needs fixing, what he's doing, and I keep him busy like that. Accidental Brent.
Nice.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
What about you, Dan?
Yeah, pretty good. Just in that routine. I'm on annual leave this week, so I'm pretty much doing nothing. I would have been in Rome. I would have been in Madrid at the weekend. I would have been in Rome this week, and then I was going to go to Pisa as well, see that Leaning Tower. But yeah, all of that got cancelled. So I'm just enjoying life in London. Playing a lot of PS4, same as Levi. Looking forward to having a few games of Call of Duty Warzone with him at some point. show him around the map,
See how bad I am.
all the sites. Yeah. Obviously.
Have you two played any games already?
Just one.
No, we only just played one game on FIFA, and I obviously had to dish out an L. But Dan's connection didn't hold up right till the end, so it dropped out. So a bit like Liverpool, we were just gonna have to go off the assumption that I was gonna win the game.
Yeah.
And not actually get to complete the game.
What was the score?
3-1 when it.
What was it? 2-0, 3-0, 3-1,
3-1. I scored a penalty, dodgy old penalty. But, yeah. Levi is definitely a better player than me on FIFA at the moment. But you only get better by playing people better than you. So I'm coming for you, Levi. I'll be dishing out them L's to you in a few weeks. Obviously, the connection isn't too strong today, so we are going to play a quick quiz, and we'll see how that goes. If it's an absolute nightmare, boys, we'll just back out of it. But I'm confident that it's going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen now. Right.
You know what? Quite frustratingly, I just want to make this observation.
Yeah.
It's really annoying me that Dan's haircut looks half decent. Because
let's talk about
I'm sat here. I'm sat here looking like this. I'm sat here looking like this. Well, you look like you've actually had a fresh trim.
Yes, all right, isn't it?
Yeah, what's the story? What's the story, Dan?
All right,
what is the story with that?
I'll come out of the screen share there. Well, I said I was obviously wanting a haircut, needing a haircut, as everyone is at the moment. And I thought I've got a week off work. I've got a week of annual leave. I have obviously got the podcast, so that is one thing to think about. But I'm not going to be in any Zoom meetings. Shouldn't be any Zoom meetings for the week. So what better time than to take the risk of a DIY or girlfriend haircut? Actually, not a DIY one. I think it was a dual effort. But yeah, I mean, I got clippers and stuff. Most people have clippers, I think, these days. Do you have clippers at home?
I do.
Yeah.
I have.
Levi, you haven't?
Yeah, no, I have clippers.
Yeah,
I have.
So So who's taking the plunge next on a home haircut? Who's it going to be?
Not happening, mate. Not happening. No way.
I trimmed all of this. I trimmed all of this, but I'm not doing anything else.
Yeah,
I'm not letting the missus anywhere near my head.
The thing is now, though, as well, is because I know that we could do it from home. I just want to. I usually I'm really bad with like how often I get a haircut. I get a haircut like every sort of 6 weeks or something, 8 weeks, which is way too long. Like I get like a 0.5 and then I let it grow out to like a 10 or whatever in between. Whereas I should be going, if you're going to have something that short, you should be going like every 2 weeks minimum. So now that
I'm not going to lie, I'm like itching for a haircut. I usually go once every 2 weeks. If I like let it run for too long, it's 3 weeks. And I think this is like a month now, and I'm just like I'm going mad.
Yeah,
I see John smiling away in the corner.
Yeah,
human.
John, you're lucky. You actually got your cut in. You actually got your cut in on time. Just before
I got it before the cut off, but it's like yours. When you have it short at the sides, you kind of need to get it done regularly, don't you? But it's not going to happen, and I'm not about that DIY life, so I'm just going to have to roll with the punches, and see you on the flip side of COVID-19 and see how it looks.
That's how it goes, isn't it? It's how it goes, mate. Barbers are going to do such good. Obviously, they've taken a hit. They've taken a hit for this last month or so, but they're going to do such good business when they will reopen.
Oh, they're going to be flat out.
Yeah. Although you would think it might put everyone out of sync a little bit, because surely the people like me that get your haircut every 2 months, they probably all come in in intervals, whereas all of those people are just going to fly in at once and then not going to come back for another 2 months after that. So it might put the whole haircut industry a bit out of sync, but that's not a problem for the barbers.
We'll keep you all updated on the trends, the ups and downs of their barber business.
Barber 100 market. All right, so here we go. Can you see this, everyone?
No.
I see a green screen.
You're on your green screen background.
Oh, right, I've shared that. All right. Silly boy. Here we go. All right. Everyone can see that now, yeah?
There we go. Yeah, you're back. You're back on.
Right, so can you name the players that scored in each of Liverpool's 44-match unbeaten run in the Premier League? So I don't know how there can't be that many, so I take it that if we put one in, it's going to populate all of these. But do you reckon we can do that in 6 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, I'm going to start the clock there now.
Give it a go.
All right, let's go then. Give me some names.
Milner.
James Milner, 6 goals.
Henderson.
Mane and Henderson, I heard there. Mane and Henderson. Yeah, we're up to 37. Salah. Yeah. Salah, we're up to 61. Firmino takes us to 73.
Van Dijk.
Fabinho, Van Dijk, and I was going to say Lovren.
Oh, I'm not sure about Lovren.
Lovren's not scored for you in 44 games, behind me. Fabinho. All right. Chamberlain.
Obviously that banger.
Origi.
Yep.
Chamberlain. Oh, do I have to put Oxlade-Chamberlain? Yeah. So we've got 89. So 17 goals still to go.
Lallana,
yeah. Lallana, Trent, Alexander,
Wijnaldum,
Arnold. How do you spell that?
Wij.
Okay.
Yeah,
Robertson.
How many?
9 more.
Robertson. Yep. So who scored the second goal against Bournemouth? He scored the opener against Burnley.
Fabinho.
Try Naby Keita.
Keita, yeah. Keita. Yeah, there we go.
Shaqiri.
Yeah, if Man United is in there somewhere, he should be in there.
Yeah, Shaqiri. So we've got 4 players left to get.
Matip.
Matip.
Yeah, he would have snatched one.
Yeah. Try Wijnaldum.
Yeah, I got that one.
It's been done.
Oh, you got him already, yeah? Sorry, my bad.
So who scored the winner against Tottenham at Anfield in the 90th minute? Do you know that? Joe Gomez?
I'm going to say no, but it's worth trying.
No, it's not him. Who else have we not got? Yeah, the opener against Burnley, the opener against Norwich.
This is bugging me now.
Yeah, I got a feeling it's going to be the same person that scored in all of those games. Right, so let's go through defenders. You got Trent, obviously, Van Dijk, Robertson, Matip, Gomez, Lovren. Midfielders, Henderson.
We've got Henderson, Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Lallana, Chamberlain. My mind's not working properly today.
Someone missing. It's a late goal as well against Spurs. So it must have been a big. Is there anyone that you sold over summer?
We've done zero business this summer.
All right. I'm thinking then.
Oh my God.
There's people watching this screaming the answer at the screen.
Knowing exactly who it is.
Yeah.
This is forfeiting your status as a Liverpool fan.
This is mad. because I definitely would have watched that 2-1 Spurs game.
Well, that was January, wasn't it?
Any other strikers other than Origi? Salah, Mane, Firmino, Origi.
Shaqiri, obviously, very done. You know what? I really want it to be blatantly obvious.
Not a clue.
You got a minute,
God,
a minute 20 to go. Anyone
I'm
listening?
going to be gutted.
Anyone listening on Spotify? Obviously, we do apologise for the silence that is happening right now, but we're stumped. On
God!
Who scored the winner for Liverpool in their 2-1 win over Tottenham? It doesn't give us a date, which is unfortunate. But yeah,
it was January. I think it was January that that game happened.
Okay, it wasn't the goalie coming up. Is it going to be? Is it going to be obvious? Minamino wasn't there.
No, he wasn't.
Coutinho had been gone by then. Long gone.
Solanke would have not been there either. And he didn't score.
Any young defenders maybe came into the team?
Try Solanke. I don't know. I'm going to say try Solanke. I seem to remember Salah assisting him for one.
No.
Oh.
20 seconds.
This has ruined my day, I think.
It's definitely going to be someone of it. What about own goal?
Yeah, I was going to say, what about an own goal?
It was own goal.
Own goal, we made it. 8 seconds.
Nice. That's a bit cheeky to put own goal.
That's out of order.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
At least we got it in the end. All right, we've done that.
None.
You know what? I'm actually really happy that was a really obscure one and it wasn't a player.
Yeah. I was worried for a second actually. What magic player had sneaked in there? What's your thoughts on the Liverpool situation and the Premier League continuing? Has there been any more news this week? Do you think that they will continue and sort of finish out the season or not? I guess I'll hand that to Levi first.
I've seen conflicting reports. There's been a few reports suggesting that obviously that they're going to scrap the season as the situation worsens. But then I'm also seeing German teams coming back to training as well, which is obviously giving me a little glimmer of hope that football will return. The suggestions that it may happen behind closed doors, but at this stage, it's almost just like we're none the wiser, left in the dark a little bit. We don't really know what's happening, and we don't really know what's going to happen. I don't know if anyone else has seen anything else.
Well, Greg, is
same reports as you.
Yeah, Greg, is Mourinho's hosting training sessions? Is that right?
Yeah. So apparently, there's a lot of reports coming through that it was meant to be a one-on-one session with Tongi and Domblé. And there's a lot of suspicion that he might move off in the summer. There's suspicion that him and Mourinho weren't getting on. He wasn't performing to the degree that he should have been. So apparently there was meant to be a one-on-one training session, but Ryan Sessegnon and Davinson Sanchez got involved as well. I don't know, but I think that they're going to be penalised by the club in some way. I think it's quite a nice distraction for the club. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the board, Daniel Levy and the ENIC are coming under attack because we've furloughed, I think, about 500 staff members, but they're sitting comfortably on their £7 million a year package. So
just saying, at least our club went back on their decision.
Yeah, that's the thing. Liverpool have gone back on it. I think that puts a lot of pressure on Tottenham too. And I think in the next couple of days, if they've got anything about them, they definitely will. It's nothing that the fans are supporting. We're not in any way happy with that decision. So I think that it is going to have to come to a decision that they're going to have to do what Liverpool did and go back on it. But yeah, Mourinho, he's luring to himself, isn't he? Really, he does what he wants.
Anyone?
But
talking about Mourinho and sort of to segue on to maybe Netflix, what people have been watching on Netflix. I watched a documentary today about Bobby Robson. It's called Bobby Robson, More Than a Manager. And it documents quite a lot of the 1996 season that Bobby Robson managed Barcelona, and obviously he brought in Mourinho as his number two at Barcelona, and that's the season that they bought R9 from PSV. And they had, Guardiola, Luis Enrique was in that team. Mourinho obviously was the assistant manager, and it's a really, really good documentary, and it really makes you appreciate Bobby Robson, because I think our generation of overarching sort of 15-year generation or whatever it is on this show is a generation that probably did just about miss out on Bobby Robson as a kind of a key player or key component of managerial. He's a managerial god to a lot of people. He was an idol for people like Alex Ferguson. And yeah, the documentary is well worth watching. But yeah, just to see what was happening in Barcelona back in '96 was just crazy. And then they brought in Louis van Gaal as the manager the following season. But yeah, what about Netflix? Has anyone watched anything new in the last week? John?
No, nothing new. Sorry, I was meant to watch.
I know. Sorry, you can't just throw it out
there. I have been persuaded to watch Homeland with the missus, obviously, just to start something new, like a long series. So that's kind of been taken over. I haven't been able to watch a few things that I wanted to watch. I haven't been able to catch Tiger King yet, but I might try and persuade her to give Homeland a little bit of a break so he can squeeze Tiger King in sooner rather than later. I got to put my foot down a bit on that one. Levi's laughing. He's like, ain't gonna happen.
Oh God, John. To be fair, I've watched zero telly actually since my PS4's arrived. So
yesterday.
I guess I've been watching. Well, yeah, that's the new week that started. But no, I've watched pretty much no telly. Apart from that, I've been watching Disney Plus. I don't really know what I've been doing. I've been walking around my house aimlessly looking at walls. Nice. No, but yeah, I've been on Disney Plus quite a bit. I've wanted to give a documentary a watch actually, which is the Malcolm X documentary that is on Netflix.
Sorry, lads.
Greg's teleporting across our screen.
Yeah, no.
Keep you on your toes.
I've been wanting to watch the Malcolm X documentary on there. I just haven't been able to find the time before, so I'm going to try and give that a little watch as well. But interestingly, I was talking to Dan just before the show about the Sadio Mane documentary that's just come out. And it would be quite interesting to give that a little watch and to just get a bit of an insight into Sadio Mane. I didn't really think players you don't really see players are not necessarily considered world class like the Ronaldos and Messis getting documentaries. So I think it'll be an interesting watch.
Where's that on? Is that Netflix?
No, that's on Rakuten.
Okay.
But you can watch it for free on Rakuten. So
decent.
That'll be good.
Yeah, Greg, you watched.
Greg, have you been watching anything, Greg?
Yeah, so I've watched Tiger King, which is an absolute madness. It's definitely worth a watch. By the end of it, I think there's 8 episodes. I mean, by the end of it, the least weird thing is that they own tigers. There's so many characters, so much going on. It's insanity. I've also watched The Staircase. We've been watching in my family a lot of the true crime things. We watched The Staircase. We watched the Madeleine McCann documentary last night.
I've seen it.
Lots of good discussion points with all of it. It's really interesting stuff. And yeah, Levi, as you said, I've got Disney Plus. I've been watching a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I do think that Disney Plus is going to totally take over Netflix. It's really nice streaming service. But yeah,
what is there on Disney Plus beyond like Lion King and Cinderella and Zack and Cody and all that?
No, way more.
Don't underestimate it.
Don't underestimate it. Yeah, man.
It makes you realise how many properties that Disney own. They've got all the Star Wars, they've got all the Disney Pixar, they've got random films like that you wouldn't even think about, really. I was just going A to
National
Z,
Treasure.
They've got everything. National Treasure, things like that. National Geo, Nat Geo.
They've got all they've got all the old school like cartoons that you used to watch on a Saturday morning. before you went and played football or something, like
It's a
Spider-Man
real
and
nostalgia
X-Men
trip.
and all that. Yeah. It's proper. Like it's loads of stuff.
I've been spamming like the sports films section. So like just watching like loads and loads of sports films. So if I watched Invincible the other day with Mark Wahlberg, but 1 minute I could be watching that, and then the next minute I'll just flick on something that I used to watch when I was a kid, like Sister Act 2. So like I just sat in my living room the other day watching Sister Act 2, and it's just a bit of a throwback to childhood. So I like it as a streaming service.
Yeah, they've got Simpsons on there as well.
Yeah,
Is that on there?
All
Yeah.
the Simpsons. Yeah.
All 30 series.
So has it got everything owned by Fox?
No, I think that was just like an extra added on bit.
Yeah, because it's weird because
to get it.
Because the Simpsons land, or whatever you call it, is at Universal Studios in Florida, I think, which is obviously that's not Disney. That's something that's always considered to be, at least what I know it not to be, owned by Disney. So I was quite confused when that was on there. But yeah, Disney's crazy.
I think they've just got
Disney's crazy.
It is crazy. I think that they've just got the rights to put it on there, and the movie, Simpsons movie, classic. Just as an extra pull to get people in.
Do you think that Disney is, and I'm not even going to say the certain word in this question, but do you think Disney is just as much of a cult as the one that a certain Mission Impossible lead actor belongs to?
Wow, that's a conversation. That is.
I think it is.
Let me do some research and I'll come back to you.
Yeah,
Greg the conspiracist.
That's me.
People that like Disney just absolutely love Disney. So there must be something in it, something in the water. Yeah, I watched The Devil Next Door on Netflix. That's one, Greg, you might want to add to your crime documentary spree. It's about
crime spree. All right, man.
It's about an SS guard at one of the concentration camps in World War II that basically moved to America, and then he worked in America for like 30 years before they even realized that he was this like really famous Nazi. And there was a really interesting fact just to throw in there that came from that documentary, is that the guy that did all the science and basically the lead engineer for, or more or less the guy that founded NASA and that got America to the moon, was the same scientist who designed the bombs that bombed London during the Blitz in World War II. He was can't think of his name, Brown something. Dan Brown. No, but there was a lot of what they called good Nazis that were seen as to be good for America's progression in the new world, that provided certain services and that actually, because they were anti-communist and because they were against the Russians, America kind of turned a blind eye to a lot of their hideous war crimes committed during World War II. So that documentary is eye-opening, and I'd really recommend give it a watch. Devil Next Door, it's called.
Okay.
All right.
Give that a watch.
Give it a watch.
BTF history lessons.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, we do like to provide some education. Any big plans for the rest of the week? Me and Levi obviously going to be on Warzone. John, what are you going to be doing?
Yeah, a lot of Warzone to be played.
I'm going to be practicing my Tosi slide. Down and I'm not really. No, I'm still waiting for Levi's.
Renegade.
Why am I suddenly the dancer now? I'm going to be doing Renegade, and I'm meant to be doing Tutti slide. I'm gonna have to pull through on these promises one day.
Yeah, you will do. You will do.
You're gonna have to. Yeah. To be fair, I've actually done one on TikTok, so I was convinced. I was persuaded to do one to do a Tutti slide on TikTok, and I don't know if anyone's seen it when you walk up the stairs in a funny.
Oh,
shuffle.
mate, have you done that?
I've done that, yeah. I've got quite a few views on it. I've got well over 1,000 views on it.
What's your app? What are we searching to get this?
I'll tell you off air.
We'll post it in the comments.
No comments, man.
Yeah. And what about you, Greg? Any more plans?
I'll just keep the DIY up, I suppose.
Yeah, nice.
Go find a few more bird boxes to mend. Break them and then mend them up. Yeah,
that's it.
I'll find something to do.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. All right. Well, we will leave it there for BTF 39. Obviously, we're hopefully 1 week closer to being back to normal ways in the studio together. But obviously, we don't know when that is. And yeah, we thank anyone listening or watching on YouTube for sticking with us, and obviously wish everyone to stay safe and well, and just be very sensible during this mental time. Boys, as ever, thank you for joining me on the show today, and sorry about the internet connection. Here we go. Join the party. All right. Levi, we'll see you later.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
See you later.
All right. Bye, boys.
See you later.
See you
Bye.
guys. Bye.